Moving now to more local news. This morning, we're taking a look back at the Herrin Massacre. The event took place just 99 years ago this week. Brooke Slyer is live this morning in Williamson County with a breakdown. Brooke.
Yeah, good morning, Evie. So right now I'm actually at the Marion Pavilion because right behind me, that tree line there, is where clashes between union and non-union workers started, and that resulted in the death of 23 men. So joining me again this morning is Scott. So we talked about, the clashes that happened earlier this morning. So what was the aftermath of that violence?
Kind of like a hangover, Brooke. The next day, which would have been a Friday, the killings took place on Thursday. By Friday, the hangover had set in. They took 16 men and laid them out in the Dillard building in downtown Herrin. The building is still standing. Laid 16, called it a temporary morgue. And all day Friday, by the thousands, like lining up for a ride at Six Flags for the new roller coaster, thousands of people went through the Dillard building and looked at the dead bodies. It got so bad by that evening. Now realize it's this morning, you and I are freezing, but it was about 90 degrees that day. By the end of the day, it got so bad with them abusing the dead men, sticking cigar and cigarette butts in their mouth, and children in there and laughing and carrying on. 16 men shot all to hell. The whole town sees them. A local cop actually finally strung a rope up to keep people from touching and abusing the dead men.
So not only a gruesome scene, the day that took place, but, the aftermath as well. And, really quickly, you told me that no one was ever convicted for these crimes.
About 100 arrests made. I think there were 77 names on the front page of the New York Times. The fall of 22, the spring of 23, 2 trials for Anton Malkovich and Hoffman, 2 of the victims. Survivors pointed out, people in the courtrooms said, this is the guy that killed me, this is the guy that beat me. No convictions in 2 trials for mass murder. None.
That's really hard to believe, and, just thinking about all the events that happened that day. And we're going to actually talk about Scott here and his involvement in the, Herrin Massacre, years later, and him solving a mystery. So that's going to be coming up later on the show. But for now, back to you in the studio.